Yeah, Hollywood, you know I love you more than one man should. Yeah, Hollywood, well, kiss me good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 61 of the Secondary Heroes podcast. This week, we come up with our best movie pitches for Hollywood. This is your host, Trevor, and joining me as usual is...
Hey, babe, it's Prague.
We're about to hit that retirement age in episodes. This is DeLorean Wolfgang. Anyways, well, Prague, you threw me off again with your Rico Suave coming in here with your sunglasses.
I'm hot.
Hey, babe.
What can I say?
Oh,
I always
God,
come
you're
in
going to
hot.
stick with that voice all night?
No,
Rico
only for a little bit.
Suave.
Suave.
Oh, that's
And yes, we are talking about Hollywood, and I'm wearing my Hollywood shirt tonight to represent
Nice.
with my my boy
Princess
Ryan
Punk.
Gosling here. So.
And me and Trevor are wearing two trilogies. One's better than the other.
Oh yeah, you're right. Star Wars is. Huh. Interesting.
I don't think so, brother.
That's right. Once Volume 3 comes out, it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy as the best, so it's okay.
Ooh.
Trump them all.
You know,
I'm not
I
wearing my
really
rocket
hope it's
hat
good,
today.
man. I hope it's good. He's got Rocket Raccoon on.
He does. He skinned him and wore him today. That's
Done.
great. Mhm.
Destroyed Guardians.
Can I balance it?
That's what happens in Volume 3. Trevor comes on board and skins him alive.
Thanos
believe
did.
it.
Plays him.
I believe it.
I believe
Trevor's
too.
got a thing with skinning animals, I guess. I don't know.
Wow,
Anyways.
that's horrible. Don't even
Oh
put
my
that in the
God.
universe.
Dude, are you kidding me? You're wearing a skinned animal on your head.
I think it's faux, but okay.
I think he's like, wait, let me check the tag.
I didn't do it, regardless.
I didn't do it. I just wear it. Hilarious.
All of his endangered animals that he keeps in his collection. Dude, we get
Right.
it. It's cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's the
I mean,
collector style. It's all good.
it's not like PETA's
Yes.
coming after you yet.
Yet, they're busy.
Yet. Yeah, they're busy down in where was it? Idaho. Where was it?
Shout out to
Prague?
pangolins.
Oklahoma, I think.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Remember that, Carol Baskins?
Yep.
Go listen to my music. You can buy my CD in the store.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't sound like a 80-year-old smoker, but okay.
I'm pretty sure he does sound like an.
I thought you were
80-year-old
talking about Carol Baskins. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were impersonating the Tiger King himself. Then yes, that was dead on.
I
I'm like,
really
Carol
thought that I was
Baskins.
doing a Carol Baskins impression. Oh my God, Prague.
I'm like, that's really way off base.
I thought it was pretty
Anyway,
spot on for who I was going for.
Yes,
and
it was,
listeners
I
probably
guess.
know way better.
That's fine. Anyways, what are we talking about today, Trevor? What's on the docket?
We're talking about movies because it seems like on this podcast we've talked about every movie that exists. So now we're going into the realm of movies that don't exist because it's Hollywood pitch season, right? I'm pretty sure that's constant or something. Everybody's in quarantine. Screenwriters are like,
They
we
don't
got
know
to
what to
come up
do,
with
right?
something.
So
So
they're listening to us.
yeah, we're throwing our ideas right in the hat for the next slate of movies when theaters eventually open.
Yeah, and just for reference, this isn't like a retake or a reboot of movies. These are our own original pitches that we would, pitch Hollywood. Crazy ideas. We're going to go crazy today. It's going to be fun.
Man, are you guys going crazy? Because mine
Oh,
are
yeah.
pretty easy going.
I think every idea is virus based, right? They're all just like
All of
contagion
them.
knockoffs.
Yes.
Well, that's Hollywood right now, I'm sure.
right.
Yeah, Hollywood. Anyways.
Well, they're already up to COVID-19, so there's already been quite a few of them.
Oh God, that lady on Fox News. Is that
Let's
what
not
you're?
go there. No, I had no idea that was even meant for
That was a
That's pretty
thing,
funny.
dude.
That was a thing? Oh,
That was
boy.
a thing. It was one of the. Never mind. We're not getting into politics on this. Oh, it's so
No.
silly, man.
Wow. Yep.
So, who wants?
Who wants
go
to start?
first?
Ooh, who wants
You
to
know
start?
what, Prague? You seemed pretty excited about yours. I'm very intrigued in what you've got going on.
So, my idea is kind of interesting because it could involve quite a lot of people, which is why I wanted to do it. I thought it'd be fun for us to kind of bounce ideas of who the actors could be playing different parts in this movie. So my movie idea, my pitch would be to do a Dungeons and Dragons style movie in the vein of the new Jumanji films. You know how the Jumanji films are these people that go into this other world as players and, play out the parts in a virtual reality kind of world. but it's a game, right? It's not like real life. But the D&D movie would be the actual people in this D&D world, so the actual, mages and dwarfs and stuff, but they have to use this like magical dice that controls what they do in this quest. And the story itself that's being played out is being played out by a dungeon master telling the story, but we don't know who that person is until the big reveal at the end of the movie. So it's kind of like interesting.
I just got Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah.
Kind of vibes on that one. Like the writer writing the guy's Will Ferrell's life.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, like, wait a second, I'm supposed to be a serious character and he's doing goofy stuff, right? Like you roll a 1 and you're like, I'm going to defeat this guy with my sword. And what is he going to do? He rolls a 1 and he like drops a sword and slips on it and falls over and I'm, bangs his head or whatever. I mean, but funnier than that, hopefully.
And it all,
the
at
whole
the
idea
end,
is that
all ends up being in the kid's head.
Right, it'll be something like that. Like maybe the surprise is that some like little kid writing the story, or somebody who was like hell bent on just trying to destroy them all, but he wasn't able to destroy them because they kept rolling good at the end or something, or helping each other out. I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a story like that, but have it be realistic, not have it be as kind of goofy and over the top as Jumanji, like how that's kind of like almost hyper real. Like this would be set in like that Game of Thrones, like real Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, like a gritty version of it.
Like a gritty version, but there's humor because they keep doing stupid stuff with these rolls of the dice.
It's out of their hands. Like
it's
you have the big like brave knight guy going
right.
against a dragon or whatever, and you're like, oh, he's got this. Yeah, I like
and
this idea a lot.
Dead. And what's great about this, the reason why I chose this is because there's so many different characters in Dungeons and Dragons that you can have a large cast that keeps dying off throughout it. So you have ways for people to die
that just show up temporarily. Yeah.
Right. And they could be big name actors too that only show up for like 5 minutes and they're done.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Kevin Hart jumping in there constantly.
Exactly. Like Kevin Hart's gonna show up, obviously. So some of the kind of ideas I was throwing around in my head today, I definitely want to see like John Malkovich as a druid, maybe Danny DeVito as a dwarf. What else did I put in
there? That's a little too on the nose, dude.
A little too on the nose, maybe. I did go a little bit. I wanted the monk to be played by Tony Shalhoub. That's kind of an intro.
Nice.
I wanted the cleric to be Marilyn Manson. Who else did I have in here? Gwendolyn Christie as the barbarian. Ming-Na Wen as a warlock. Just different ideas like that to have like, some actors in there that some can be comedic, but some are mostly serious, but take on kind of a comedic role. Anybody that you guys would like to see in this world or any kind of ideas for it?
I don't know. Someone who could be like, because you're saying that there's going to be a lot of goofy stuff. You kind of want like like someone who's going to be a good physical comedian in a way, who can also play a straight man, kind of like what Jim Carrey did when he went into like the Majestic or Truman Show.
Kind of teeters on that.
Yeah, he was able to play that serious, but then he was able to also add that comedic element. I mean, if you mix the Majestic with the Mask, I mean, that's going to be one weird movie. But I'm feeling like big time Jumanji's a good. There was another movie that I got feels on when you were telling this.
It has that vibe, like Dan Harmon's doing those like animated D&D with different celebrities. Like he runs the whole course. They're like web shows, and he has a different cast each week. Instead of like having that 13-hour campaign, get these people in and do like a 5-10 minute version of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay. Kind of like, and then Lego Movie had their twist at the end that it ended up being the dad's play set. Instead, we're looking at a kid's D&D game with, I like where this is going. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the ending and working backwards from there.
Right. I mean,
I'm thinking of the gelatinous cube and Onward, so that's all I got.
The gelatinous cube going to show up, and who's going to take out?
And Onward.
How's that going to work?
Definitely Onward feels too.
Yeah. I want to have that feel. Like I want it to be serious, but also have humor throughout it. So it's going to be.
And people like surprise appearances, like when Tom Cruise is in Tropic Thunder.
When
Ryan Reynolds shows up in that new Fast and Furious movie, just out of the blue.
You have like Sean Connery show up, even though he hasn't been in a film in years. Like, oh my God, Sean Connery's still around, but he dies immediately.
Gentlemen. League
Yeah,
of
that was like 20
Extraordinary
years
Gentlemen.
ago. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it was just on TV the other day,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna. Hey, it holds up. I actually really enjoy that movie. I don't know why. I just think it's a
Okay.
fun movie.
That wasn't
but-
bad, I guess.
It wasn't horrible, but it
Yeah,
was
I
fun.
don't remember much.
It
of
wasn't
but that would be
nothing
the.
to retire on.
But I think it'd be fun, like what Trevor was saying was to bring somebody on. Maybe that hasn't been in movies in a long time, and be like, oh my god, look who it is, and then you kill them off right away by doing something stupid like he rolls a one.
Oh, you know that would piss people off, though. People
I know,
would be
big I don't
livid
think
if
so.
Hilarious.
No, people like
No, maybe
just
not.
drop
Yeah.
appearances. Like, oh, I know that guy, and this is funny.
And then he gets
That's what
pooped
you
on
need.
by a dragon, right? Like, and he rolls a one instead of being eaten by the dragon, he gets pooped on by the dragon.
Sean Connery played a dragon.
Perfect. See, that'd be the perfect part for him.
Dragonheart.
He literally gets pooped on by a dragon that looks like the dragon that he was in Dragonheart.
But-
Yeah,
a
shout
terrible
outs to other
CG.
movies in one movie is always fun
Yes.
too.
Oh yeah, totally.
Sounds like we're starting to get into Ready Player One style here.
Well, no, we're talking
Eh.
about a fun, good movie though.
Easy, boy.
Woo!
Easy. You can pump those brakes right, man.
Ready Player One's one of the worst movies ever made. I mean,
I wouldn't. Oh, come on.
it's not even close. It's
That's-
offensive. See, there's bad movies like Velocipaster or whatever, but they're intentionally made poorly or they suck or
They're
whatever. But this
intentionally
movie
bad,
had
right.
intentions and money and pedigree to be so offensive. This is the Ready Player One podcast. The book is amazing. Read the book. Act like the movie doesn't exist. You're in an amazing world.
I like both of them separately. They're both fun. Yes. That's where I'll leave that one. We can move on from there.
Yes, we can move on from there.
So, do you have a name for your movie?
No, I haven't thought of a name yet.
I haven't thought of a
Let's
name for any of
call
my
it,
movies either.
Uh-oh.
I think that's the fun part of sharing this stuff. By the way,
I think it should be.
this is all copyright stuff. You can't take our ideas because we're gonna make these.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I have a name for my movie, and I'm gonna call the movie Roll for It. So you roll for it. Roll for what you're gonna do next.
Is it a casino
roll
movie
with
where I'm
it.
standing at
Or it could be roll
Jack's
with
at
it.
the craps table?
Sure, if you want to. If you say roll with it, people in D&D know what you're talking about. Roll for it. So, just saying. Yeah.
Trevor, you got any thoughts?
On what, the title?
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
Isn't there that new movie with Ryan Reynolds where he's like a video game character and all kinds of crazy stuff happens around him?
He's one of the you know,
Different
like
Ryan.
the fake characters that are walking
Yeah,
around.
he's just
in
like the
background.
side character in
What
a
are they
video
called?
game.
NPCs? Non-playable.
NPC. Yeah.
Yeah, non-playable characters.
What is that called? Yeah.
Because
I'm
it
trying to
got
remember the name.
super delayed
Yeah.
before this happened, and now it's probably like indefinitely
right?
delayed.
Forgotten. It's going to be straight to video. Who knows?
It had such a dumb name though.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, you know we've got the power of the internet right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember it.
Whose idea is
Anyways.
next?
You go, Trevor. No,
So-
you know what? I'll go. No, if I can get it.
Okay, go.
No, I'm not.
Would you watch Prog's idea? Hashtag would watch.
Oh, ooh.
I would watch it.
I would probably watch it. I'd probably wait for it to come out on Netflix.
Fair. That's fair. I
It's
probably
not a
would too,
must-see
honestly.
opening night kind of movie.
Dude, you gotta blow me away with the trailer though. You blow me
Okay.
away with the
All
trailer.
right.
Here's the thing: John Malkovich does nothing for me. I mean, you
All
picked a bunch of actors that are past their prime.
That's the whole point, is that they're kind of like fun, goofy, out of there. You know, it's not going to be your big budget, The Rock and Jumanji kind of film. I mean, this is for nerds, like real nerds.
Nerds.
So, hold on, nerds.
There you go.
Let someone go
Sorry,
next.
I'm trying to. Yeah. So I'm giving that a C plus. I don't know.
That's the idea.
I'm not too offended because I just came up with it like an hour ago. So.
Yeah, I know. I feel like all
That's
these
not gonna
ideas
get
are going to
involved.
be C plus and lower. I can't imagine we're going to have an A plus movie here, people.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
You never know. Maybe Trevor's got a banger right now, dude. Hit
Yeah.
us with it.
I thought you were going. You
No,
you
just
interrupted me twice. Just throw your idea out.
It was funny, man. It was funny. I'm still looking up the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Oh,
but I keep
God.
talking and I can't type and talk.
All right, I guess Trevor's gonna go.
So I'm gonna save my better idea for a second, but this idea I didn't flesh it out at all. I just like the idea of having a movie about the Loch Ness monster from the perspective of the Loch Ness monster.
Okay.
And a lot of movies they make them like animated and it's like super simplistic and stuff. I want like a practicals effect Nessie, right? And like the whole idea, and it's actually existed for like hundreds of years. We get a whole backstory and how it purposely has been avoiding people this whole time.
Ooh. Why has he or she been avoiding people? Have you thought
You
about
want
that
to make
aspect of
this?
it?
You want to
Well-
make this a real movie, like a real like. God, what did you say? Practical effects.
Practical.
Yeah, like I want like
Right.
a super dark twist reason
Yes.
why Nessie actually has like people have only
Like-
gotten a glimpse of him and all those people get killed. and-
Maybe he befriended like people, and the people turned on him, and that's why he went into hiding. Or they
Let's do
slaughtered his
Frankenstein.
family.
Or it's I just thought of Red Dead Redemption with the whole Sasquatch story where everybody killed off all the Sasquatches and he was the only one left.
Right.
And so now he goes into hiding. So if you did the same thing roughly with Nessie, because who remembers that little nugget in that in that video game? No, that's a negative, negative Ghost Rider. So in the video game, it's actually really sad too because you actually go out hunting and then you kill it and then it's like super sad. So, and then the Sasquatch is like, I'm the only one left. There's no more of me. You killed every.
Oh yeah, I do remember this now. I don't
Yeah.
know why it escaped my mind.
And he's sitting there like on a log just crying.
Yes.
And it's like, dude, this is awful.
Why did I forget? I totally forgot that was in that game.
I was thinking it was either Assassin's Creed 3 or that one, but I was because I know that you see Nessie
Wait, what
in
did you-
Assassin's Creed 3.
Wait, what did you say the first time then?
Red Dead
He said
Redemption.
Red
Yeah,
Dead
okay,
Redemption.
good.
Yeah, it's in Red
Okay,
Dead.
I just want to make sure, because I'm pretty sure that was Red Dead Redemption. Like when you go up to the far, right-hand
Yeah.
side of the map up in the hills, right? Yes.
Right.
Wow. I
So that was
forgot
the
about
feel that I got there is like humans killed all the other Nessies. And then this Nessie is
Right.
out for revenge.
No, he's not for revenge. He's trying to hide from everybody.
That too. Yeah. Hiding from everybody until a virus takes over and then
Right? And he's like, oh, perfect.
The virus is actually from Nessie. It came off of his skins when they
Yes.
tried to peel it. They switched Nessie in for the pangolin. Yep. But no,
Perfect.
I'm trying to base this in reality as much as I can, but my ideas keep going to the fantasy realm. Like, it's alien based or something like a mutation. He's been on this
what if-
planet the whole time.
Yeah, what if he was like the last dragon or something, and he like was the last water dragon or something, and that
Or he
that's
escaped
why
the
he survived the
asteroid.
Great Purge.
we literally
Or-
just
yeah,
talked
either
about that
way.
movie from Dragonheart. That was
Yeah.
Sean Connery's movie where he was the last dragon.
Well, I kind of forgot that movie was so bad that I forgot the
was
plot.
so
So
bad,
I have no idea.
So bad.
So bad.
I don't know why it's so
Um,
fresh in
I
my
like the
mind
idea
right
though.
now. Yeah.
That's
That's cool.
'Cause I
The
did
thing
men-
is,
we did
we don't
mention
see any
Dragonheart.
movies about Nessie. So
No.
it would be kind of fascinating to see someone's take on Nessie. And
Because you could
see-
do anything with its story, because we only have like myth and legend ideas, like little glimpses, like fake ideas, like
Right.
most
has
modern
no
day
backstory.
twists. Yeah, and versions of pop culture is always jokes on it. No one ever like. I would love it's like
Right.
seriously somehow grounded in reality. I kind of
dig
like the
that.
idea that he's been
Like
around
this.
since the dinosaur age. He somehow avoided the asteroid because he's, I don't know, underwater or
water.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a water
Right.
dinosaur. Or
They can
something.
live like 3 miles deep in the ocean. It goes to the whole trench and stuff he came out of.
I like it.
Ooh. Or maybe there's a whole like slew of Nessies, but like he's stuck in the lake and they're all out in the ocean, deep, deep, deep miles down below. And because the explosion from the asteroid, he got thrown into the lake and now he's stuck in this lake and he can't get back out. So now he's lonely in this. I don't know. I'm just.
And then he tries to get out of the lake, and it's a whole Free Willy thing where he befriends a kid and he jumps over this like rock wall.
Right?
Yeah!
Oh, look. What was that song? That was the song that was like really popular that Michael Jackson did for that movie. Oh God.
Heal the
movie.
world
No, it wasn't that one. It was a
Make it a
different
better
one. It was like
place.
specifically for that movie too. Oh,
for
well.
you and for me.
It wasn't that song. My
I just
God.
wanted to sing that damn song.
That song. Yeah. Anyways.
I like that we went from like, let's make it a creepy movie to Free Willy.
To Free Willy, yeah, freaky
It can be
freaky
anything.
horror. To Free
It's
Willy.
pilot time.
Yeah, anything. It is pilot time. A lot of things happen during the pilot, you know? A lot of changes
That's-
are made.
Yeah, that's how we get those end results that we have.
Just jump the
I
I
still
shark.
don't know how to
man.
make it gritty though.
Yeah, how do you make it gritty? I mean, it's a mythical creature.
I guess
Maybe
you could
it-
do the idea that he's been experimented on back in the Frankenstein era, and it's actually like some regular animal, like elephant or hippo. It's like something, and he's went into hiding because it's almost like this Elephant Man idea.
Like
Yeah.
he might have like the brain of a human, 'cause then he knows that he needs to be in hiding because, I mean, animals are animals.
Maybe they
gotta-
cross a human and a hippo and an elephant.
and a giraffe
Yeah,
or brontosaurus.
brontosaurus.
Nessie's got a long neck, dude.
Like maybe I'm trying to remember pictures of what they show as Nessie. Like, does he have arms and legs and limbs and stuff or not?
he has like fins.
Fins. Oh darn. Okay.
Yeah,
Like a
I was hoping he would like
Pleododon. Not Pleododon.
and there's the whole Jurassic World 2 idea where you just capture Nessie out of the lake and you go put him on display, and then he breaks out and kills a bunch of people.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, then that turns into King Kong.
Yeah.
Just a different take. A fun take, that is.
Yeah.
You got a name for your
King
movie?
Kong sucked. I would just call it Nessie.
Nessie.
Nessie or I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. I was like long lost.
Nessie sounds like it would be an animated movie, and he
It
had like a
does.
bright
It
smile on his
does.
face.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
It would have to be like Nessie, the murderous,
Maybe you just
the,
call it
the
Loch
murderous myth.
Ness.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it Loch Ness.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, Lost Ness.
Oh, that's funny.
Maybe.
God,
It
Dog
is.
doesn't do movie titles.
Lost
Uh,
That's what I do. I should do that.
Guys,
Let's
I
put that on my
feel we've
business
got the
card.
next Sharknado on our
Movie title
hands.
guy.
No, we're
Way to
using
whip some
practical
out.
Cool. I like
effects.
that idea. Yes, with practical effects. Of
So
course.
actually, I guess it's my turn. Well, hold on. Should we give a rating to this one? No, I'm just kidding. Dude. No, we don't need to rate these. It's so dumb.
I don't have to. I like
Um,
Loch Ness. I've been to Loch Ness personally.
Have
so
you? What was it
I
like?
did not see Loch Ness monster. It was
Yeah, because
you know
it's fake.
What? There's a whole movie on it.
right.
Where?
Send
it my way.
Did it.
Oh wait. Oh, there's a whole movie idea.
It was fine. I mean, I enjoyed the Highlands as a whole much better than just Loch Ness. I mean, it was a lake.
Yeah.
That's all.
Highlander
do.
crossover with Nessie. I like
Oh,
it.
that's right. Yes, they
Mm.
fought side by side at one time.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Then he chopped his limbs off.
Okay. I think it's my turn.
All right.
So I actually just thought of another movie idea that I've actually kind of had. I'm just gonna make it a lot simpler. But I've
Okay.
had this movie idea for a long time, and I don't think I'll ever get to make it. So I might as well just. It's a time travel movie.
Of course.
I love that we're rolling our eyes.
I'm not. What?
This guy.
Hey, got to stay on brand, brother.
course.
Anyways, so my movie, it's pretty much like four friends are hanging out. They're all in the desert, whatever. They're all just hanging out in the desert, whatever. I just said that multiple times. I don't know why. I think I'm trying to
Movie pitch.
put
That's
it
a
in my
great pitch.
head.
If I was a producer in the elevator, I'd be like, "Where's the open button?" Get out of this
The
elevator.
problem is I'm not a pitchman. Not a pitchman, man. So four friends, they're out in the desert, right? And
Mhm.
somehow something happens, the stars align, the planets align or something, and all of a sudden this little warp thing pops near them, and they're like, "Oh, dude, what's that?" So then they go through it, and it shoots them into this distant future where there really is no humans anymore. There really is nothing anymore. Oh,
Okay.
wow. Now I'm starting to get never mind. I'm getting vibes from that Netflix show with the
Yep.
superheroes. Anyways, so
With the
these four friends
superheroes.
are now
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella
Academy-
Academy. I was
Umbrella
thinking
Academy.
of what's that? Love, Death, Robots. They have
Oh,
a
yeah.
That's
I was
awesome
sort
too.
about that one.
So anyways, these four friends are now in this desert in the far, far future. They don't even know that they're in the far, far future. They just think, oh, we just, went through this weird hole that popped out of nowhere. Hole disappears behind them, whatever. So then they see this guy out there, and he's got headphones on, and he's just jamming along, and he's got his binoculars, and he's looking out. He's out on this far, far dune. So they're like, oh, well, let's go see what's going on. Let's go up to that guy. Sorry, this pitch is turning into a whole movie. I'm just going to say the whole movie.
Yeah,
So then
we'll,
they all
go
go-
scene by scene. We'll just get the whole dialogue tree if you want.
So yeah, so then they go up to this guy, and this guy's freaking out because he's like, there's no more humans. Who are you? What are you guys doing here? Turns out that guy had a time machine, and he's only got room to take one person back with him. So he's got to leave the other three. So they now choose who goes back in time to now figure out, okay, how can we save those guys in the future? So they start planting clues all over the place for them to find in the future, for them to try and figure out how to get back. I don't know. I don't know. It was just kind of a fun idea.
You can't leave clues in the future. You have to leave clues in the past.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
unfortunately.
the two guys who went back to the past.
Yeah, it's
because
like
there was-
Interstellar, where Matthew McConaughey does the books and it tells the daughter how to do it. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but with loser dudes who are stumbling over each other.
So it's like Hangover meets like time
Interstellar.
travel.
But I
Huh.
don't know. It's one of those ideas that I've always had in my head that I thought would always be fun to make. But that's kind of
I like
as
the
far as I got.
dynamic of choosing who to go back. Like, do they pick the smartest one, or how do they
Right.
choose that?
The
And then once
healthiest
they do
one?
go
Who?
back, what if you made a movie like Hollywood loves a happy ending? Like, my pitch would be they never figure out a way. Those three guys grow old and die. They never figure out a way to save them. But Hollywood would wrap it up and they'd save it right in like, the hour
Oh,
and
of
49
course.
minute mark and everybody be happy.
Somehow the time machine goes back to that same spot at the same time, which would
Yeah.
be impossible. But that in my movie, it would be impossible to go back to that future that was, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It was just kind of, it was just one of those ideas that I always thought was cool.
Or they
I just
catch
love time
up.
travel. No,
to
because it's like
that
far, far future
future.
where,
Darn,
I mean,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like year 3000 or whatever.
Oh.
or
It's
whatever.
like
Yeah.
Dune
In the
is out
year
there.
3000.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, they're trying to like leave like certain clues in certain areas for them to like, I don't know, like something that would be able to last the test of time for them to find.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Because you can't leave like a piece of paper saying, hey, go over here.
Right. It would be like Planet of the Apes where, they come back and the Statue of Liberty is broken in half. Spoiler alert.
Right.
And they go inside a room and there's all these like rudimentary things from like somebody's house in the 60s. So you would need, like they kind of uncover it like archaeology style.
Yeah. But
Huh.
yeah, okay. I like where this is going. Let's keep talking, guys. Let's keep talking. I like it. Prague, give me some more. Give me some
I don't
more.
know.
I like the premise of it, but I also like them just coming to terms with we're living just the three
Yeah,
of us
like you're stuck
out our
there.
dies, and they kind
Right.
of just it's a really
I'm more
gritty
interested in that idea.
survival adventure. You almost
Well-
become like Castaway and just having to figure it out.
Yeah,
and
like they
that's the thing,
discover their tombstones or something in the future, and they're like, "Oh, they never did make it to us."
And they
You know?
discover that this is where they belonged all along.
Right.
Oh my God.
Because actually, the new Amazing Stories on Apple TV, the first episode, the guy goes back in time to save a chick, and he falls in love with her. Like, he's in modern times and he's on Tinder. He can't find anybody. So he goes back in time and he meets this chick. It's like 100 years ago. It's right when like Prohibition started
We
and
should
stuff.
change that to women because we don't want to lose our women followers.
Okay, that's true. But it's from his perspective.
Oh, okay.
And so he travels
Yeah.
in time, but then so she actually dies in a storm in whatever year. And so he saves her, but then he gets stuck back in whatever time and he can never get back. Like, he tries to go forward and it's like 2050. So he goes too far. He can't get back to that same time that he left. And so
Right.
he ends up living out his days back in 1918. And she lives out her days in 2018.
Wow, the tragedy.
What's this called?
Amazing Stories.
Oh.
It's super goofy. Like, the production values, the acting's terrible, but I loved the story premise of it. Like, it's kind of like the first
Right.
30 minutes I'm laughing of how stupid everyone acts and is set up and stuff, but the last 15 minutes are pretty good.
You know, when I
Okay, so I have
hear
an idea
stuff
then.
like that, I always
All right.
think like dude. We started talking
okay.
at the same exact time. Nobody
It's
wins
okay, go
that
ahead.
one, okay? Now I lost my train of thought. You go ahead, Prague.
Okay, good. Because I wanted to give you a story idea because you asked me for the story idea. So in this future, the friends that were stuck in the future discovered that their friends that were in the past couldn't actually find a way to rescue them, but actually set up a way of them to like enjoy their life in the future, like all the things that they love to do, set up like, man caves for them or whatever. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun.
I like that.
Like they spent their life trying to make sure that their life in the future is awesome. They got to discover it, They
But things are
clues,
still
like,
in.
here, look here. Like here's
Like,
a video
they're
of your
able to-
kids growing up or something, or your parents or whatever.
Yeah, I dig that. Like something. Because the way that I see it is that they're living in ruins. Like everything is just ruined. It's not like
Right.
it's not like you could just walk into someone's house like in Last Man on Earth. It's not like that where there's still standing houses and stuff like that. I'm thinking like the world is covered in sand type of thing. But I like that idea that like, hey, find this place where it's almost like an X marks the spot. If you dig down enough, you're going to find something that's going to be able to sustain. Like a time capsule that's filled.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's filled with
raviolis.
stuff. Like, hey, this is like the bunker we made for you, so we knew it would be buried, under the earth.
And it's filled with like Chef Boyardee. And then we get the sponsorship from Chef Boyardee.
Yes.
Oh my God, guys.
You got to plan that out with the pitch. That's
Yep.
good work.
Yep.
Or Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. I don't care. We'll figure it out.
You got this in the can, buddy.
Twinkies, all of it.
I actually like
It's like the whole idea. Like, you could even set up a premise where, say, an asteroid is coming to Earth. It's 2020. We literally just found out there's an asteroid coming to Earth, but we have far-range scanners. It's not coming for like 150 years or whatever. So today, I don't have to care. I'm going to be dead by that time that comes. But if we do certain things, we have to spend trillions of dollars. We have to, make all these sacrifices. So that way, in 150 years, we'll be smart enough to be able to deflect it or do something to disintegrate the asteroid before it destroys the Earth.
Right.
Would people be able to successfully work now 150 years before impending doom when they have no action on that impending doom? They have no like skin in the game. And then you could have a whole idea like
that sounds like a whole nother movie pitch.
It kind of is.
I'm kind of digging this movie pitch.
You have the whole Interstellar idea where it's the whole, connecting to your kids, but this would be like great grandkids you'll never meet. And
Right.
those are the people you're actually going to impact from your decision making. You could leave messages through time, all kinds of stuff.
I love leaving messages through time.
Or people could just fail in the asteroid. And then, you have it all set up and then you just show the true dynamics of humanity that we experience on a day-to-day basis. We fail. We don't help at all. And that asteroid smacks into Earth at 100%.
Yes.
We didn't mess it up even 99%.
I like this better. This is a better pitch.
Okay,
Boom,
you guys
done.
are-
Movie ends. Earth explodes.
You guys are going
Yes.
dark again. Let's reel it back. Let's get back to Hollywood here. Hollywood likes happy endings, all right, fellas? We're no indie studio. We're the real deal.
Okay. Frog, you got another movie idea?
I do.
I don't have a
Let me bring
name
it
for
up
mine
here.
either.
Yeah, you need a name for yours. That's
Ooh.
for sure.
I know what it is.
Hmm.
Clues for the Future.
Do you do hand waving? when you announce the
Obviously.
title?
That's me
Blues for the
putting it up
future.
on the marquee.
Okay.
Blues for the future.
I thought it was gonna be like Love Through Time, Buddies Through Time,
The last
Time
three.
Travelers, Buddy.
I came through time for you. Oh wait, no, that's a quote from Terminator. Hold on.
Hmm.
I came through time.
The surviving three. Okay, Proc, what's your idea?
I would go with Time Bandits, but that's already been done.
I thought you had 2 movies to go with.
Yeah, because now I've got 2 more.
No, I do. Wait, what are you talking about? I thought you said the title.
We're just
for this
moving on to
movie.
the next one.
Oh yeah,
Alex
yeah.
did
Okay, so
his.
my next movie. Okay, oh, we were coming up with the title for his movie. I'm sorry. I will move on to my movie. So my next movie would actually be, and this is I just threw this last minute here, but like a movie based on how we have to live our lives in quarantine, where we're all talking to each other like this on Zoom, but have it be like it could slowly transition into a horror film because I keep seeing something in the background of people's videos, and at first like it's probably nothing, and then it slowly starts picking people off one at a time in their friend group, and they can't do anything about it because they're quarantined. They're not supposed to leave their house or do it. They're afraid of getting sick and stuff. Like it won't be like the coronavirus. It'll be like a real actual virus that's like
Whoa.
deadlier.
Whoa,
Easy
bro,
on
let's
that
not
political
dismiss the
stuff.
coronavirus.
Jeez, man.
It'll be like an actual real virus.
You
now.
know,
Are you standing out there with your sign?
Open everything up.
Get out, man.
I may not have meant it like that, but something that would like on instant contact, like kind of thing, like a bite from a zombie or something.
Or like a Black Plague
It's
style
return.
virus where the death
Right,
rate is like
sure.
50%.
That's what I mean. Be more like that. And so they're obviously they can't go out and do anything, and they're afraid that this is something that's attacking them. They don't know how. I don't know. It was a pitch.
So I'm getting what is the
A
movie
Bloomhouse
called?
movie that just
Un-
came out a couple years
Unfriended?
ago.
movie.
I think it's called Unfriended. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, is it already a movie?
Yeah, it's already a
Forget
movie.
about it.
But like it's like something supernatural is like killing them.
Yeah,
Like,
I
where
think
they're
it's all
shoving-
through video calls.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the whole
all like
movie's
this.
filmed through video calls.
Yeah, like-
Ah.
And the cameras gets all like jittery and stuff, and then all of a sudden the guy is like putting his hand in a blender, and it's like
Ooh,
gory.
nice. What is this?
Look it
This
up.
sounds
It's
great.
called Unfriended.
Okay.
I'll look
Probably
it up.
bad, but
Oh,
I
it's
think
the
it's not
Blumhouse
very
movie.
I don't
I
mind
like
bad horror.
Bing says it's a mystery, not a horror. It's a gory horror, and they're calling it a mystery.
Okay.
So dumb. So do you have
Um,
like characters and stuff?
No, I mean that was like a last minute thing that I kind of came up with before we started today. My original pitch, though, like where I got this idea from, was Edgar Wright had a TV show called Spaced back in the day, which had all the original actors that were in the Hot Fuzz movies and the Coronado trilogy. And they're all just like nerdy people living in this apartment complex. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny, maybe, 15, 20 years later, they reunited the cast, but since the cast couldn't, be in the same room together, they would all have to talk to each other as friends through Zoom or something like that. And they would do all their jokes and stuff through there, and then things would go wrong. And really, one of them is like in the next room anyways. So like, why are you talking to each other through here if you're right next to each other? There's like little jokes like that. It wouldn't be anything too, serious like the show. The show was like a sitcom. It was just a way to make it. That's why I thought about this idea, was that they were spaced together, like they're in the same space, but they weren't. That
Because
was
you're
it.
you're not allowed to be 6 feet within.
Right,
people.
exactly. So they're like, okay, I guess we'll talk to each other on a Zoom chat. They would have silly backgrounds and do D&D
You
together and
could
stuff.
change up the idea where it's more of a future with a horrible disease where you can't go out. Like literally, if you go out, you'll
Right.
die.
Right,
It's like
something like that too, like a mist.
then
or
the
something.
entire existence is
Box.
based on like you have a person
The
born
happening.
where they only
Right.
have Zoom. No,
Yeah.
we're talking about Zoom calls. We're not talking like some post-apocalyptic monster thing.
Right,
Zoom is the
exactly.
only way. Like you were born, and grandparents saw them being born on video call, and that's their entire existence. They've
I
never
like it.
interacted with other people in person,
That's
and they
all
never
they
can.
know. Yeah.
That would be the end of humanity at that point.
Would it?
Unless you start in tunnels.
Well,
they're already
that's
doing
how
the
that. They've
tunnel
been
would
doing that
still
for
get
years.
infected.
Okay. Well then,
Why wouldn't the tunnel be infected? It's an airborne disease. Just because it's
Then how are you
underground,
surviving
air
inside?
gets under the ground if there's an open hole.
Air gets in windows.
It's a contagious disease. You get it from other people.
This is not making any sense. Anyways,
Yeah, because
let's
the
just go
tunnel
with
has
let's
other
just go with
people
the
in
thought
it.
that they can't go
You'd have
outside.
to. You can't
I
have
get what you're
tunnel. You
saying.
can't
I get what
connect
you're
with
saying.
other people.
I mean, that's the end of humanity. How
true.
do you have sex?
Artificial insemination.
Yes. See.
And you just mail it to each other?
No, science just creates everyone. It's a whole Gattaca complex thing.
Oh, man.
There you go. I like that better.
Because Gattaca opens up whole like DNA profiling of people. It's a whole different kind of dynamic of
Perfect.
existence.
How did we
like
get
it.
to this from his unfriended idea?
I don't know. It's because Unfriended was so boring.
Pretty much, right? This probably was a bad plot. Let's make it better.
You can't go outside.
We'll just infuse in with that time travel movie that Alex had. Those three guys in the future.
Mine's
Well,
the
you know,
sequel.
we can call this movie "Stay Off My Lawn."
It's a comedy.
Yeah, it's comedy. Stay off
Kelsey
my
Grammer
lawn.
is going to be the lead role.
Toss salad and scrambled eggs. They're calling again.
They're calling again.
Anyways, next person, please.
Trevor, time for your other movie.
So the one like ad icon, ad icons, they always are like, we see them all the time. They've been in like thousands of seconds of commercials on boxes and all kinds of different collectibles and stuff. And none of them ever been turned into a movie. And I thought the one that would be the weirdest juxtaposition. Like you have, like McGruff the crime dog. Imagine if you had Tony the Tiger and he was kind of like Shaft and you had him going around just cracking skulls. Like you're used to Tony the Tiger as being like super bright and positive, but now he's been broken down by the world and he's just in this super dark spot. And it's almost like Rorschach level, just hate for humanity's like level of idiocy, especially because they're eating the Frosted Flakes that in the 60s, he's like, oh, this is cool. We're making buco bucks. And then he realized the ramifications of all those people eating those sugary breakfast treats. And it gets him into just, he hates existence. And I think seeing Tony the Tiger as a super badass, like I would need a real Tony the Tiger. I don't need an animated version. I want him like,
Oh no, yeah.
like a guy who looks like he could fit in to the world. Like he's whatever. You could even
Like
have
a
a guy
furry.
who plays Tony the Tiger. I don't even care.
I'm imagining a scene of him sitting in like an El Camino at a stoplight and another car pulls up next to him. They roll down their window. Hey, Tony, how's crime fighting going? He rolls down his window real nice and smooth and he goes, they're great. And then he drives away. I don't know why. That just popped into my head.
I figured I was gonna say something like that too. Like, don't you like it? They're great, and just smashing somebody's
When
face.
he's
in.
cracking, you
Yeah,
need real
exactly.
like blood splattering onto his fur.
Well, yeah, his face says like just blood mark. Okay.
Ooh, and what if McGruff is like this, like old
McGruff.
cop that's like weathered, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. But
He's
too
like
old
the
for this
Danny
stuff.
Glover of
He's the
McGruff.
Danny Glover.
That's the Danny Glover. He's too old for this stuff. I'm too old for this, man.
Or he's the police chief.
Yeah.
Damn it,
Either
Tony!
way.
You can't be bashing skulls.
Tony again. Come on, Tony.
Tony, you gotta
How
follow
many
the
times have I
rules.
tell you?
Give me your
I'm
badge.
too old for this.
Yeah, and then he's an unhinged cop. That's Tony the Tiger.
Yes.
He wears a long
Give me
trench
my
coat.
bowl.
You know I was retiring in 2
long
months,
trench
Tony.
Come on. Didn't you know?
Smokey the Bear is he's a part of the whole thing.
If
Oh,
you
of
could
course
make
he's
a
gotta be
movie
there.
where all the ad icons had like a Wreck-It Ralph idea where they had all these different like themes, like you interacted with all these different ad icons, I would watch that movie too.
It's
Like-
almost like Who Framed
Pokemon.
Roger Rabbit. No,
Or
more like
Roger
Who
Rabbit,
Framed
yeah.
Roger Rabbit, because in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you see all the characters you're used to acting really horrible.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's kind of like in that vein. I really like
A
this,
dark
'cause I
version
love
of
that
ad
movie.
icons, because ad icons purposely have
Yes.
to be bright and cheery. Like you had
Yeah.
like Ronald McDonald is like a drug kingpin, and then you have Wendy and she's like an assassin or something.
I'm liking all this.
I love that
Or,
Wendy is.
or she's
badass.
like the I don't know, like a leader of like a The owner of
She
a
could be a
whorehouse or
cult leader
something.
too.
Or a cult leader, sure.
We have Colonel Sanders, and he's like that Southern plantation owner still.
Yes.
Even though it's 2020, he's like, I don't even care.
Who's on his plantation? Aunt Jemima, of course.
And
Oh
Uncle
my
Ben.
God, dude. Whoa! I was gonna say,
What else would be on his plantation?
we might need to move on from this one.
This would be an amazing movie.
Now we're throwing Django in there. It's Django, Django style.
Heck yeah, man. Super bloody.
Yeah, I
Who's
went
gonna,
dark
who's
and
gonna go
gritty,
in and save her?
like a Watchmen style though, where it's dark and gritty, like that new Watchmen HBO show. I don't need like some
Yeah.
fantasy stuff.
No, we gotta go
But-
full dirty.
But Tony the Tiger is the main character.
Yeah, we'll call it
Yeah.
Tony the MF and Tiger.
Sure.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm like wrapping my head around all the ad icons.
Or it
that
could be
just-
called Let's Get Cereal. Instead of
Mm.
serious.
Then you have like the Trix Rabbit, and he's almost like a Gambit type.
Or he's somebody who deals drugs to kids.
Or he's a drug dealer.
Right, he's get taken down. Or he's turning tricks on the street corner. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, you have Lucky
Yeah.
the Leprechaun doing the same idea.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, and Cheetah Cheeto.
Yeah, Chester the Cheetah.
He would be kind of like Cheetah Cheeto. Yeah. See, all I'm imagining is Detective.
Oh no, Chester the Cheetah is the head. He is a Scarface because he has all the dust.
Yeah. Oh wow.
always sniffing
He would
it,
be a
man.
good. He would be a good like Scarface because he would be like cool though. He'd be like really cool.
Yeah,
Right.
he's always naturally cool.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Oh. And
And
he's
then you
also a
need, like-
tiger. So then Tony the Tiger can't find
Yeah,
a way
Tiger versus
to kill him
Tiger.
because
Well,
he's
except
like,
he's a cheetah.
oh, he's a cheetah.
Literally, his name
Oh,
is
he's a-
Chester
Maybe
the
he's his
Cheetah.
brother. Oh, it's a cheetah.
But they're a
Yeah, I know.
cat, so he.
I
They're
bought
So
it,
then
related.
too. I'm
Tony
like,
the
yes,
Tiger
right.
is like, I just can't do it.
It's actually his brother. Chester the Cheetah's his brother. His like half brother.
Man.
You traded your
Or
stripes
cousin
for
or something.
polka dots.
Who knows?
What's wrong with you, Chester?
Oh, that's a good one. You changed your
Stripes didn't
man.
do anything for
Not
me.
the same guy.
Tony, I've changed.
Your past is spotty.
Tell Ma I love her.
This is
Yes.
the best one, I think, so far.
Oh, and then the Comic-Con toucan is like the nerd who can get what is it, the hacker nerd he's over here, Tony, you gotta go over here.
Yep.
I don't
He's
know
the
why
guy
he
in
had
the
a southern
chair.
voice. Yeah, now
Guy
I'm
in the
looking
chair.
around,
He's the
looking
order.
at all these ad
the
icons.
story.
Okay,
Well, then you could have like the Snap Crackle Pop or like the Enforcers. Like they literally snap, crackle, and pop people's bones, and they're shooting people and stuff.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no.
And you have Bob's big boy. He's like the bouncer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to
I
stop
like it.
screaming. My wife's gonna get mad.
Do you know why they call us Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Let me show you. I like it.
Would
That's a
watch.
that's a would watch. That's definitely a would watch. For sure.
They would never license their ad icons to be in bloody visceral thing, and that's why it's so good.
Pretty much.
So, do you have a name for it?
Yeah, I told
Oh,
you.
yeah, you already said the
You
name.
said
My
it.
bad. Not bad, dude. Dang, dude. All right, well, I kind of wish we would have ended on that one because that was solid idea. Because my next one's a romantic comedy.
Too bad. Let's hear your stinker.
It's kind of like You Got Mail, but with texting. So, hear me out. Some dudes. It's kind of what's that movie? She's all
Brokeback
that. I think
Mountain?
that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like She's All That, where the guy is like, he's like, oh, I bet you can't take the nerdy girl and turn her cute, whatever, make
Right.
her prom queen. Well, this is, oh, I bet you can't, text a random chick and make her go on a date with you. And he's,
Okay.
oh, I'll take that bet. And then they go on, then she's like texting back. And then she's like feeling real lonely. She just got over a breakup. See, I do this. This is how I do the movies. I just go into the full story of the entire movie. I don't do pitches. So
Go ahead.
I was trying to waste time so I could figure out where I was going with it.
I'm trying to make up the story as I go here. Hold on.
So he finally ends up talking this girl into going on a date, and they go on a date, and she's super cute. They're cute. They like each other, and then they end up liking each other. But then she finds out that it was all a bet. Oh, we've seen this before. Yep, that's right. So then it turns into hijinks ensue. He's got to try and win her back, and she's like, "No, I was only a bet to you." And he's like, "No, baby, I love you." And then she's like, "Oh, well, you didn't care for me." I don't know. So there you go. There's my other movie.
And then she's like, and then he's like, and then she's like,
and she's like, and then she's like, it's called You Bet.
Ooh.
with just the letter U.
Yes.
With
Because they're texting. And put an emoji in the title.
XOXO, yeah. An emoji.
That's definitely a wait till it's on cable TV.
That seems like a
right there.
Netflix original where it's not very good, but
Oh, it's like one of the Christmas specials.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind their Christmas specials. That one with I don't know, where the girl turned into the new Santa Claus. I was like, I dig this. This is really good. It was like a new elf. That's what it
Right.
I
was.
think that was on Disney Plus.
It wasn't Disney Plus.
That was Disney
Yes.
Plus.
Yeah, Noel.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Oh my God. I hate that we just ended on my romantic comedy.
Oh, it's
I
the
should've-
best story. It's
I
riveting.
should have saved my time travel one for the last.
Sure.
I had another one, but I didn't know how to really work it out. It was a post-apocalyptic way of like Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And like, it's kind of like, it's got the Book of Eli feel.
Okay.
So it's like, like Wizard of Oz. Where
Well,
this
I like
girl
Wizard of
needs,
Oz. Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
if we want to end with another one, we could have
Yes.
the idea where there's like biopics are hot. You know, we had Elton John, we had Queen. We love biopics. But what if we
Oh.
did one about Leonardo da Vinci, but we changed it up so he literally is a time traveler? Like everyone jokes about that, but what if he actually was a time traveler? He went back to the 1300s. His time machine breaks. He's stuck there, and that's
so
the
he's
life
actually
that he
from
makes.
the future.
He's from
But-
now. He
Right.
like literally is today, and he went back in time.
And he went back and lived the rest of his life there, knowing what he knows already. So that's why he was so ahead of his time.
They're like, look at this guy. He knows how the baby looks inside the womb. How the hell does he know that? And it's like we've seen X-rays. Like you know exactly how that looks.
Wow. And he's
Oh
like
my
this
God.
genius.
Hold on. I'm loving this idea.
And then you could just
Please.
go to his day-to-day life of how everyone just praises what a
Yes.
brilliant genius he is, and he's relatively stupid from our times. You
Yeah,
know, he's
he's like,
not
this is a
some.
regular Joe.
That's why. That's
He's like
why
a
his
janitor or
helicopter is
something.
stupid. It's like the stupid helicopter that he can't.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God. Oh, let's work on this one. I like this one. Let's
Yeah,
flesh
I'm trying
this
to
out
think
a
who
little
would
bit
be
more.
a good person to play this character. That would go
Yeah, you
back
would
in
need
time.
somebody with like a gravitas that could still have comedic relief how other people are
right,
reacting
goofy,
to
but
it.
can play off the smart. you
Like
know,
a Luke Wilson.
That's a little
I
too
know.
overboard. I would
Well,
think it's
and
more-
yeah, Andy was in Idiocracy where they go far in the
Right.
future and he ends up being the smartest man ever. Shoot, man, yeah, that's a. Well, let's just cast The Rock.
no.
We got a winning movie there.
I'm trying to think of like who's would he be funny though? I'm trying to think of people that I could pull off the actual humor enough, and I don't think I can. That won't be too over the top funny.
Okay, another movie just popped into my head, but I'll
Oh,
wait
yeah?
till we flesh this one out.
No, I was just coming up with a character idea the actor for that
Who
part.
did you think? Like Adam Driver?
Oh, Adam Driver.
Ooh, dude, that would be
That
a
might
solid
work.
choice.
He does have the humor.
Andy's got that look that he looks like he would. He's got the look. He looks. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it, he kind of does look like Leonardo da Vinci.
And
He's
then
got
you could
the,
just
like-
call it
That's
the
it.
Renaissance Man or
The Renaissance Man. Yes, or the Da
Oh, I
Vinci
like
Code.
that. He runs into Tom Hanks along the way.
Right? It's like, oh shoot, they found me. I went for your pesky kids. Anyways,
Oh
what's your
my
idea, DeLorean?
Oh, it's definitely not as good as the Da Vinci one. I really like that idea. Mine is what? What? I thought we were just having fun at this point.
Oh, we are. This is great. Go
We
ahead.
are.
Go. I want to hear
This
it.
is a good episode.
Do you guys remember back in the 90s how, like, WWF, everybody had a gimmick? What if those gimmicks were actually real gimmicks? Like, The Undertaker was actually an undead,
An Undertaker.
like, undead man who was an Undertaker type of thing. And you know what I mean? Like, or Isaac Yankem was an actual, like, dentist with really terrible teeth, and they just so happen to meet up every week on Sunday to wrestle each other, but then they go back into the real world as their real.
This would be more like a TV show than a movie, like a cartoon or something.
No, not a cartoon.
I
don't want a cartoon.
Yeah, I can see it. And I can see this more
I
as like a
can't see it
cartoon
as
on like
a
MTV2 or something.
No, because
You
Yeah.
could do it a
the
TV
Hulk
show
Hogan-
where each time it's a different character.
Yeah.
where you follow. Yeah, but I want it to be kind of like dark and gritty. I know that
Oh,
we
that won't
keep
happen
saying
with
dark and
this.
gritty, but if you don't want it,
I love Dark
No,
and
no,
Gritty.
no. I like dark and gritty. I still think they would work for this concept.
I don't know.
Like for this concept, it kind of has to be kind of like you take it seriously, but have it be kind of goofy in a way.
yeah,
Like
well, I
can't
mean,
believe an undead person.
Like
is
The
doing
Rock
this.
would be an actual like boulder in
Boulder,
like the
yeah.
his spare time.
yeah. And he gets pushed over in the movie Tommy Boy. He's a movie star back in Tommy, or what was it? Tommy, not Tommy Boy. What was the other one?
No,
Black
it's not
Sheep.
Tommy Boy.
It was Black
Yeah,
Sheep.
Black Sheep.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that was his first appearance in movies. He's the boulder that runs into the cabin.
That's pretty funny.
That is pretty.
I prefer Tommy Boy, but yeah,
Well, of course.
it's a better movie. These were fun.
I don't
that
know.
was
I thought
fun,
that was
guys.
fun. I would like
Good
to.
ideas.
I would like that one.
I do think Trevor's serial idea is the best. Ad icons
Oh, absolutely.
is the
That's how I
funniest.
came up with the idea for the podcast. I came up with that movie idea and went with it.
And you were hoping that we would have good movie ideas within a day.
I was like, geez, I hope that they have good ideas. We'll see. If not, it'll be a bad one.
Hey guys, it's 3:00. Here's the idea.
I
Come
told
up with
you guys
ideas of
last
movies.
Monday about the idea. Always
Dude,
spitball.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man. The fact
We're
that we
kids.
were able to come up with this many movies, like in such short a time,
Oh yeah.
Hollywood, come for us.
And these were original ideas. Imagine if we did the movies where it's like, oh, I want to see a movie where it's Darth Vader, but it's actually like he goes through time and he's like Terminator and he goes and just kills people through time.
Who gave Darth Vader a time traveler? Who did that? Who
That
gave him a
sounds like
DeLorean?
that. Pretty much
That's
sounds
some
like
irresponsibility.
anything that Hollywood would come up with right now.
Yes.
Jeez.
That's coming out next year.
Well, I mean, like look how bad some of these movies, like Jurassic Park, like the sequels to Jurassic Park, were supposed to be dinosaurs running around with like guns and stuff, and they're military. Like that's
Right.
who is thinking of this, and who actually read it and thought, you know what, I think this could work.
You know what? My son Timmy, he would really like this.
You would love if my Tyrannosaurus Rex had guns in his little hands.
Right?
Oh my god. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that script going around.
Well, Hollywood, call us. God, word
Maybe.
works.
Do we want to do the socials and stuff?
Oh,
where are
yes,
we?
the socials. Hey, Prague, you want to do the socials this week?
Not really, but sure. If you like what you're hearing here, then please follow us and rate us over there on the iTunes, on the Twitters. We're also on Instagram. We record every Thursday on Mixer. Right now, we are doing the Artist Alley series. So every week from 7 to 10, we have a new artist who will be live drawing, and we'll be talking to them. They'll be taking requests, so join us there. You can find us anywhere at Secondary Hero. So please follow us, interact with us, give us more ideas like this. We want to be goofy and have fun for you guys, and let us know what you want to hear.
That's
what we
right.
got.
Because it's all free for you and it's priceless to us.
Mm-hmm.
To everyone listening, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next time.
Frog out.
Video games that made their creators ridiculously rich real quick. That's your clickbait of the week.